learning all of this technique. How do we take a song from technically correct to beautiful to listen to? I think the main answer to this question is story. What is the story that you are telling with your voice, with this song? Why at this particular moment? In what ways are you going to use your voice and all of the tools available to you, like chest voice versus head voice, whether you're mixing or not, phrasing choices, dynamic choices, staccato versus legato, all of these things. How are you using those technical things, those technical skills to interpret a story that makes sense for the audience? Just because you can sing loud and belt loud and have amazing vibrato and you can sing for like 30 seconds without taking a breath does not make you a beautiful to listen to singer. It's really those singers who can take us on a journey from point A to point B, using their skills to help the listener understand what the story is they're trying to tell. That is when we get excited about listening to music.
You want a really easy little progression to play and look cool while you're doing it on one string? Make sure to bend the last little note.
All right, so check this out. I'm working in the key of F major, going from a C major to a B flat major 7, so a 5 to a 4. On a standard 88 key piano, we have this beautiful chord progression. But let's say, we are averse to traditional progressions. How do we spice this up? Well, what I want to do is take the major third of the C chord and carry it over like a leading tone into the B flat. So basically, right? It's beautiful. A little more tension, spice, cayenne pepper. And Logic Pro is telling me I'm playing a G minor 6, right? We got the 6 in the chord. That's jazz.
I'm going to show you the 5 most common finger picking patterns on guitar in under a minute. So they all use the first 4 fingers of your picking hand: thumb, index, middle, ring. The first one is just all of them in order. The second one starts with the thumb, but then reverses the other 3. And then after that, we have alternating. So thumb, middle, index, ring. And then there's also outside, inside. So thumb, ring, index, middle. And then the final one is a variation on that one where you start by plucking with thumb and ring together. Then you wait a beat and then do the rest of it. And then do a normal one. So all together.
Hey everybody, it's your boy Eddie. It's time once again to learn another song in just under 1 minute. Here we go. Our song for today is Free Falling by Tom Petty. So this is how you play it. Capo on 1, okay? And then you just play it in a form of E major. Goes like this. E, A. And then the next 2 notes are next to each other. They're both really quick chords, okay? And then you go A, E. And then B. So like that. And I'm free falling. Yeah, I'm free falling.
How to play Highway to Hell by AC/DC. First, we're going to start off with an A power chord. I use 1 finger. Next is a D over F sharp. Make sure to mute the A string with your index finger. Next is a G chord, but mute the A string with your middle finger. Now let's try.
secret to playing any major scale on the keyboard is the following pattern. Tonic, 1, 1, half, 1, 1, 1, half. Let me explain. Any movement up or down on the keyboard is a half note to the exact next note. For example, C to C sharp is a half note. C sharp to D is a half note. C to D is a whole note. So let's say the major scale of C, tonic, 1, 1, half, 1, 1, 1, half, C major. Let's take another example, F. Tonic, 1, 1, half, 1, 1, 1, half, F major. So, major scale, tonic, 1, 1, half, 1, 1, 1, half, where the first and the eighth are the same note, the octave.
What are sharps and flats? Well, that's the name for these two signs here. This one is a sharp and this one is a flat. We use them when we want to raise or lower a note. We need to use sharps and flats when we talk about the black keys on a piano. This is D. If I play the note one semitone higher than D, I call it a D sharp. If I play the note one semitone lower than D, I call it a D flat. This means the black keys get more than one name. This note here is both D sharp and E flat because it's higher than D, but it's lower than E. If you want to know the technical name for this, it's enharmonic equivalence, but you don't need to know that right now. So if I want to write this note here, do I call it a C sharp or a D flat? Well, that depends on the key you're in, and most importantly, the context you're using it in.
Alright, I'm going to show you guys how to play commitment. So first you're going to play this, then this, then this. Once you get that down, you can start playing a little bit faster. Oops. Wait.
Welcome back to Sight Reading Tips Part 2. Previously, we talked about make sure you pick a book that you like, slightly below your level, keep playing through, don't stop to fix mistakes. What I would like to also add is go slow. Make sure that you keep your eyes on the music. If you're just staring at your hands the whole time, you're not really looking at what's coming next in the music, you're not thinking ahead. It would be like if you were reading a speech and you were looking at the ground or looking at your hands instead of looking at the words on the page. It's okay to occasionally look at your hands, but most of your attention should be directed on the page so you can see what's happening. And then also set aside some time to practice this each time you sit down to play. So part of your regular practice routine, if you have pieces you want to work on those too. But then as a warm-up or a cool down, I really love to sight read. You know, it's a fun unwinding activity. Hopefully those tips helped a little bit more.
Singing hacks, part 1. If you're feeling any tension or strain or struggling to hit high notes, this could help you. Stick your thumb underneath your chin, right there, right in the mushy gushy, and if it's pop lock and dropping out, you're doing it wrong. You want to keep it right and keep it tight. So keep on singing, push that baby up, and you'll be singing better in no time.
If the chorus of your song is the main idea that people are supposed to scream at the top of their lungs, then it is the job of your verses to set up that main idea and to give it context and meaning. So when we leave chorus 1 and we get into the second verse, that verse has to give us something more so that when chorus 2 comes around, it hits us even harder. A song that I think achieves this very well is Bad at Love by Halsey. Let's take a look. So right away in verse 1, she gives us a lot of details with this failed relationship with a guy who clearly has some misogynistic tendencies about him. In the second verse, though, she contrasts this by giving us the story of a failed relationship with a woman and gives us different reasons why that one didn't work out. what this achieves is that when we hear the first chorus, we have the context of her, being in a bad relationship with a man. But when we hear it the second time around, it's like, damn, whether I'm with a man or a woman, I'm bad at love. Like, it further drives the idea home of being bad at